know I'm gonna chemist. You know she got plenty food for me to eat.
Mommy, will you make it again?
So today I am making the Copycat KFC bowl. I have made this bowl a few times and it is highly requested in my household. I simply asked my oldest son what did he want for dinner and he told me he wants a KFC bowl. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it myself. The details of this recipe is in the description below. Okay, so this is a smaller portion. I made pretty much just enough with maybe a little bit for leftovers. And for this, I use chicken breast. You can use chicken tenderloins, chicken thighs, all up to your preference. Now try to slice them as evenly as possible with size, okay? Because they're all going to cook together. So try to get it as evenly as possible and make them as most uniform as you can get them. Once we season these things up and add our egg wash, I didn't do buttermilk this time. I did an egg wash for this. You're going to let it marinate for, okay, I'm going to say at least 2 hours, okay? But if you lazy, you don't want to wait that long, or you didn't give yourself enough time to make this, I'll say at least 30 minutes. Prep this first while you prep everything else, okay? I use an egg wash method when I want to get like a crispy but not thick coating on my chicken. Every piece of chicken was evenly coated. Oops. I made sure every piece of chicken was evenly coated with the egg milk wash batter type thing. And I let that sit for at least an hour. Go as long as possible, okay? Then while that's sitting and marinating, go ahead and start your potatoes. I peeled about 6 medium to small size russet potatoes. If you don't have a potato peeler, you can use a knife, no problem. So after I did that, I made sure I cut them in half again, and then I cubed them. I do this so it does not take forever to cook in the water, okay? Anybody got time to wait for a whole potato to boil? All right. Now, I'm a little extra, so I shuck and I corn my own corn. I don't buy canned corn. I haven't bought canned corn for a while. It's been a long time since I bought some canned corn. But if you want canned corn, that's up to you. Go ahead and do your thing. I didn't want that. So I shucked it, and after I did all this, I made sure I wash it. Ooh, future husband, watch that technique. All right, anyway. After I washed it, I just go ahead and cut the ears off the corn. I did it in a kind of wide bowl because it kind of goes everywhere. And it's just easier to do it like this. I try to get as close as possible without cutting off any of the grit at the end of the corn. I don't like all that hard stuff on my corn. So I just did this until every piece of corn was off. I did the second one, and then I started on the potatoes. Now, I use about a tablespoon of Better Than bouillon when I do not want to use 3-4 cartons of chicken broth. I throw that in my water with a little bit of coarse salt, just a little bit, not too much, to boil the potatoes in. Now, I've been using peanut oil lately to make me feel better about frying my food, okay? It may or may not work, but it sure is good. I filled this up about halfway and then heat it until it gets to 330, 335. I use potato flour this time because I heard a potato starch gets your food crispier. Supposed to be healthy too, I guess. I don't know. And you know, like I said, I always double my seasonings. Whatever I used in my chicken batter, I use double it for the flour batter. If your flour ain't changed colors, you doing something wrong. Potatoes in the boiling water, and then you start battering your chicken. I just dumped the whole thing in there and shook it on up till it got every piece of chicken was coated evenly. I suggest if you do not have a thermometer for your oil or for your food, I think you should get one, especially if you're starting off, because it will definitely help you get the right temperature, because you don't want to be too hot and you don't want to be not hot enough. You want to be like right between like 330 and like 350 is like the right temperature to fry some food. And then while I was frying, I started on everything else, my corn, my potatoes. I added a little bit of garlic, added about a half a teaspoon of chicken bouillon to the milk mixture. I like to melt my butter in my milk before I add my potatoes in. That chicken is gorgeous, Lord. Yes, I still hand mash my potatoes. And then afterwards, I blend them up until they're nice and fluffy. Once this is all done, plate them up in a nice fancy bowl. Top it with some shredded cheese and some gravy, and boom, there it is. My gravy video is up on my page right now. Go watch it, like, subscribe. All right, bye.